All right, let's talk about something that might be holding you back in English. We're going to tackle a huge myth, one that's probably causing you a lot of stress. And the core idea is pretty wild, maybe even a little counterintuitive. The secret to speaking English more fluently is actually to speak slower. Yeah, you heard that right. Let's dive in.
So, be honest for a second. Do you believe this? Deep down, do you think that if you could just talk faster, you'd sound more like a native speaker? That people would finally see you as fluent? If you do, you're not alone. But honestly, it's one of the biggest traps you can fall into as a learner.
I mean, think about it. What actually happens when you force yourself to speak too fast? Your brain just can't keep up, right? You start scrambling for words, your pronunciation gets all messy, and then panic sets in. That pressure, that feeling, it doesn't build fluency. It just builds a fear of speaking, which makes you want to avoid talking altogether.
Okay, so look at this. It's like you're at a fork in the road. Down one path, you've got the fluency trap. Chasing speed, that leads to panic, unclear speech, lost confidence, and a whole lot of stress. But now look at the other path. Speaking slowly, that leads to being calm, to clear pronunciation, to actually gaining confidence. And see that last word? Control. That's the real prize here. We need to stop chasing speed and start chasing control.
This brings us to a really big idea, a total paradigm shift. It's time to stop thinking about how fast you can talk and start focusing on something way more powerful: clarity. Because at the end of the day, what really connects you to another person in a conversation isn't speed, it's being understood. So, let's just go ahead and redefine fluency right now, for us. Forget the old dictionary definition. For our purposes, fluency is not about speed. True fluency is the ability to speak with control, with clarity, and with confidence. It's about getting your message across clearly, not about winning a race to the end of the sentence. I love this quote. Slow is not weak. Slow is powerful. Just think for a moment about the best public speakers you've ever heard. They don't rush, do they? No way. They use slow, deliberate speech. They use pauses to let their words sink in. They command attention because they take their time. That's real power. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we put all this theory into practice? Well, in this next part, we're going to get super practical. This is your fluency workout, a few simple things you can start doing today to build that powerful, controlled speech we're talking about.
Now, here's the concept that a lot of learners completely miss. Fluency isn't just a mental game, it's a physical one. Seriously, your lips, your tongue, your jaw, they're all muscles, and they need to be trained. You can know a word perfectly in your head, but if your mouth isn't used to making the sounds, you're going to stumble. We call this mouth memory. And just like a basketball player practices free throws, you've got to train these speaking muscles every single day.
And here are 3 simple but seriously effective drills for your workout. First, mirror speaking. This sounds silly, but it's amazing for building awareness of how your mouth actually forms the words. Second, read aloud. This is your weightlifting. It builds those speaking muscles and gets you comfortable with the rhythm of English. And third, shadowing. Oh, this one is a secret weapon. You're basically echoing a native speaker, which is the best way to develop a natural pace and tone.
All right, we've got the physical tools down. Now, let's talk about the mental game. This last part is all about the battle between confidence and perfection. And it all starts with understanding one crucial thing. Real, true confidence has absolutely nothing to do with being perfect.
You build confidence with small, intentional habits. Try speaking in phrases or chunks instead of one word at a time. Make sure you finish every single word. Don't let those last sounds disappear. Use pauses. Silence is your friend. But maybe the biggest one is this: change your goal. Stop trying to impress people with your English and start trying to connect with them. Connection over perfection. And you have to accept that mistakes are just part of the game. They're going to happen. It's okay.
I really want to double down on this idea of pausing. So many learners are terrified of silence because they think it sounds like they're hesitating or that they've forgotten a word, but it's the exact opposite. A deliberate pause, just like that one, shows control. It gives your brain a second to catch up, it gives the listener time to process what you said, and it makes you sound way more calm and authoritative.
So let's wrap this all up. You don't have to wait until you have perfect grammar or a massive vocabulary to feel confident. You can feel confident right now. Real confidence comes from that feeling of being in control. Control of your pace, your clarity, your message.
When you speak slowly and clearly, even if you make a few mistakes, you are in the driver's seat. People will listen. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. After everything we've talked about, slowing down, using pauses, training your mouth, and changing your mindset, how are you going to choose to speak with power today? Remember, it doesn't have to be a big speech. Even one slow, clear, confident sentence is a huge step in the right direction.